Hello Year 2 and welcome to this week's Maths Mash. Now this week in Maths we have been focusing on our 3D shapes, which are the fat shapes rather than the flat shapes. And last week we had a really good look at those 2D shapes like squares and circles. And now we're looking at our 3D shapes, our three-dimensional shapes. So on my screen I've got lots of different 3D shapes for us to have a look at, and I'm just going to name them all for you. So I've got my sphere in the top corner, then my cuboid next to it. Underneath is my cube, and then there's my triangle prism. Now we've seen lots of different prisms this week. We might have a hexagonal prism, which is my six-sided shape, my hexagon, which has been stretched out, or we might have my pentagonal prism, which is my pentagon, a five-sided shape, which again has been stretched out with some rectangular faces. And here's some of the other ones that we've also focused on. So we've looked at cones, cylinders, and square-based pyramids. Again, those pyramids which are a triangular bottom, so we just call them the pyramids. So I forgot to put a picture of those ones on, but we've also been looking at those. Okay, so we have been focusing on the properties of a 3D shape, and the properties that are the most important ones that we look at are faces, vertices, and edges. So a face is a flat or a curved surface, and we always count those ones up. A vertice is the point where two of the edges meet, and an edge is where two faces meet. And I've just put a little arrow on there so you can see it against our square-based pyramid there. So we've got the face, which is the flat on the square-based pyramid. We've got the edge where two of the faces meet, and the vertice, which is the point where two of my edges meet. Okay, so I want you to help me now. How many faces are on the square-based pyramid? So I'm going to pop him up, and I want you to take a good look now. How many faces can you see? So remember, on my square-based pyramid, they're all flat faces. Okay, right, have a good look then. Perfect, so I've got one here, which is a triangular face. And another one underneath, that is my square base that I've tried to point to there. So far I've got two, one triangular and one square. The next one is another triangular one, another triangle one, and the last one again is triangular, which gives me 5 faces, 4 of them triangle and 1 being a square. Okay, how many vertices now? So again, this is where my two edges meet together. How many vertices? Let's pop it up. Okay, so we're looking to see where those edges meet together at a point. Aha, I think I can see them all. So here's number 1. Number 2, that one hidden if you look at it face on, but I've just shown you an example where we can see it. Number 3, number 4, and the last one's just there. So this one again has 5 vertices. So far, 5 of the faces and 5 vertices. Now, here is all the edges, and what I've done to make it easier for you is I've labelled all of them. So here it is without the shape there. And I'll put the shape in there and you'll see it a lot easier. Okay, there are all of my edges. Remember, they're where my faces meet together. Okay, lovely. So there's 8 of the edges. So it goes 5 vertices, 5 faces, and 8 edges. Lovely, right, and this is what we're getting on in the middle of the week. We got on to making some nets, and we had a good go at using Polygon to do this, and we also traced around 3D shapes to do this. And I want you to help me think about the net that I'm about to show you. What shape could it be? So at the moment we've got a box, and I want you to help me to think about what the net is going to look like first. Okay, so I'm going to unwrap it. So far, have a look at the faces to help you. Okay, I think I've got some rectangular faces and I've also got some square faces. So there's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I've got 4 rectangle faces and 2 square faces. I wonder if you can help me what 3D shape this one is. It is. Well done if you've got a cuboid. Well done. There it is. I've unwrapped it, then wrapped it back up together in its net. And it's a cuboid. Well done. Okay, so these are all the jobs that we're going to be getting on with for today. I'm just going to move myself out of the way so we can see our submarine job. Okie dokie. So if you're doing the rowing boat job today, and I think everyone will be able to do this one, it'll be a nice fun one for everyone. I'd like you to go on a shape hunt around your house and find as many 3D shapes as possible. Now you're going to need to name them. So for example, if you find a tin of beans, you need to think about what shape that is and write down tin of beans, but also the shape next to it as well. Okay, so that is for the rowing boat challenge. Then for the sailing boat, again, I think most people will be able to do this one. I want you to name 5 different 3D shapes and write down their properties. So I've given you an example there with the cube. You write down its name. You can draw a picture if you'd like to, and then tell me all of its properties, please. You're going to want to think about how many faces it has, how many vertices, and how many edges. Then, if you're doing the submarine challenge, I would like you to draw a net for a triangular prism. And you're going to need to name all of the 2D shapes that are found as the faces of the 3D one. So again, I've given you another example there with the cube, and I've drawn its net, and then I can see I've told all of the faces as well, how many faces it has and what shape they are, what 2D shape my faces are. So that is our activities for this week. I hope you enjoyed this Maths Mash, and I will see you again for more maths next week. Bye everyone.